Welcome to the Spring Arbor University Online Orientation. Welcome to Section 2 of your MBA orientation. We're going to look at some useful tools that will help you on your MBA journey. We'll be looking at the APA site at Purdue OWL. That will help you with your APA style guide use. Then we're going to look at a piece of software called EndNote. This is where you can capture your citations and where you can also attach your PDF files to those citations and use them in your Word templates. Google Scholar for research online, and then Evernote is a way to capture, much better than favorites, various notes, files, audio files, and so forth that you will want to maintain and tag throughout your MBA program. And then a piece of software called PDF Annotator that I found very helpful for me as I make annotations to articles and read them on my computer. And then finally, a tool called 25 Clips. And 25 Clips is an enhancement to your copy and cut and paste functions on your software. So let's begin our journey by taking a look at the APA site at Purdue OWL. As you know, we will be requiring you to prepare your papers in accordance with the APA style guide. And I always encourage the students to use the online writing lab information available from Purdue OWL. And I will provide you with the URL. You can see we have the URL here. Basically, the Purdue Online Writing Lab allows you to look up and inform yourself of the various questions you're going to have about using APA style, especially if you don't want to purchase an APA style manual. The second tool is that of the EndNote software, and it enables one to keep track of their PDF files, but most importantly, it enables you, when you're writing your papers, to properly and easily format your text citations and to build your bibliography at the end of the paper. And it is a relatively expensive piece of software, but I've found it's paid for itself over and over in greatly reducing the time that's necessary to write and type correctly the citations and the bibliographies. And here's what the program looks like as it's installed on your computer. And you can see that there's a number of custom groups that I've created. I have about 1,243 different references in my database, and you can see that I'm using it in accordance with the APA 6th edition. And this is a listing of all the titles. They're actually in title sequence, but I can change that sequence to an author sequence, and you can see there the starts out with the A authors. Let's just quickly click on a reference, and you can see what happens. It opens up a second window, and there is quite a bit of information available. Most of this information is downloadable directly from your library websites, and it will populate the EndNote database. Likewise, you can download the PDF file, and as you can see here, I have a direct link to the PDF file of the article. And so I think you're going to find, as you do your research, that this is an extremely helpful tool. And then for those of you who are somewhat new to research, as you know, you've probably used Google for a number of things, but there is a special website search tool called Google Scholar, and you can use some advanced settings for Scholar search, and it's you can set up your own preferences, and notice you're able to set up that show links to import citations into EndNote, and that's a very, very helpful tool. But Google Scholar will help you find PDFs sometimes when you can't find it through the university library or the libraries that you may have access to. And then a tool that I have really come to use just recently and appreciate is a tool called Evernote. And Evernote allows you to do all kinds of things in terms of capturing information, doing text clips, web clips, audio clips, and as you save to the database with Evernote, you can then access this information for your use from most any computer that you will have access to, from your phone possibly. I know I have the application on my phone and some other devices. And most importantly, as you can see here, this software is free up to certain usage limitations, and I believe it's 40 megabytes per month, and that is downloads, not what's in your database, but you're able to add up to 40 megabytes a month without paying for a subscription. And Evernote has a downloadable software that you can add to your laptop or your computer, and this is what that looks like. This is the installed Evernotes on my computer, and it's, again, gives you some idea of the strength of this. Is once you capture information, and you can email information to this that you find, if somebody sends you an email, you want to capture that email. Basically, you can set up a number of tags and different notebooks to maintain your database, but it is searchable. And here, for example, is a ministry that I wanted to use as an example for some of the entrepreneurship courses that we're going to be doing this year on campus. And I captured the website from an applet that I added to my Google search. You can also add it to your Microsoft internet access. So they have a number of downloads that you can use. But for example, you notice it also captured the URL. So if I want to go out and take a look at the original website, it takes me to it almost instantly. And then the tool that I use, as I have downloaded various PDF articles, but you can also save this PDF file through PDF Annotator, so that if you want to read your article and make comments on it, you can do so. And this is what PDF Annotator looks like loaded up on your computer. And you can open up recent, in this case I'll open up a recent article on pedagogy that I was working on, and you can see in a moment that as it loads, where you can make various highlights. You can add a number of other tools. For example, if I wanted to add a star because I was interested in this particular point and I wanted to add it, I have added that to the file, and if I save it, that will become part of that file if I ever print it out. Finally, wanted to talk today briefly about clips, 25 clips. As you know, the normal copy function in Microsoft especially, you can highlight a piece of text like I'm doing right now, and in this case, you can right-click and hit copy. What this particular software does is it will copy that into a clipboard that allows, in this case, up to 25 different clips, and I will show you. I have it parked over here, and notice a little pop-up that says clipboard. If I clip onto that, here's a list of all the clippings that I have, and it will clip graphics as well as text. And this window that pops up here in the upper right section of my screen contains all the text that I have clipped. So as an overview, remember we talked about Purdue OWL, we talked about EndNotes, we talked about Google Scholar, we talked about Evernotes, PDF Annotator, and 25 clips. And these tools are extremely helpful, I think, for your MBA journey.